Okay. How you doing?
Not too bad. So I'm in Zurich in Switzerland.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's slightly different because we're trying to navigate our way in, out, and roundabout
Yeah.
for COVID. But what's interesting for me is with regards to actually using smart codes or things with regards to posts, so that they're like teasers in the sense that they can see the title and maybe a couple the first paragraph or something, and then it's member barred, if you know what I mean. So
Right.
the content is then behind a wall.
And
But
you'd
at
like to be
least,
able to,
but at least then I can get the SEO on the title and say the first paragraph or something. So at least something goes out there and is indexed by Google.
yeah. And so you're wondering how you can do that?
Yeah.
So yeah, what you're going to want to use is the Access Decision SmartTag. So I will share my screen. Okay, so you're asking, you have content that you currently have being protected by MemberMouse, but you'd like to be able to allow some aspects of that content to be publicly displayed so that SEO benefits can be had, and you may be able to have teasers and things that can attract people to upgrade or buy it.
Exactly, because I had a forum behind the wall, but everybody can't be bothered to go to the forum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're looking for is the Access Decision SmartTag. So I'm just gonna, so if you go to our support center, you'll see there's all this documentation on the Access Decision SmartTag. You can read through this if you want at some point, but essentially, all we need to do is copy one of these examples.
Yeah.
Come over to WordPress and say, I'm going to create a new page.
Yep.
And I'm going to call this protected content. And inside here, I'm going to put this is protected. And I'll publish this.
Yeah.
Now, it's not protected yet, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to do this grant access thing.
Yeah.
And set it to at least one thing. So I'll set it for the paid membership level A.
Yeah.
So now this is the basic content protection of MemberMouse. So now if you try to access this page, you won't be able to access it unless you have access. So what we want to do is with this smart tags that we just copied. Good for you. Okay, so if I just do an HTML block, the critical parts of the tag is the opening tag and the closing tag. Anything you put in between these opening and closing tags will be affected. So there are two possibilities. There's more than that, but really for most cases, you want to handle the case where somebody has access and when somebody doesn't have access.
Yep, exactly.
So when this access true, whatever content you want to see when people have access, you put in here. And this can be text, it could be HTML, it could be anything. It doesn't matter what's in there. And then whatever you want people to see when they don't have access, you put in here. So this is teaser content.
Yep.
So again, you can put any HTML in here, any text, anything you want. So just as soon as you've put this smart tag onto the page, it instructs MemberMouse to bypass the standard content protection, which just blocks at the page level. Because what you're saying is, I want to be more in control. So MemberMouse doesn't block it at the page level, and it'll allow access to the page. And what will be shown is what's inside of these smart tags based on somebody's access.
So with the page level, if, for example, I've got subscriber level A and subscriber level B, I don't put them on there at the page level, do I?
You would.
I do, because it's got to come up with a decision to correlate with the thing. Yeah,
understood. Right. You want the page to be protected. Yeah. But once it's protected holistically, you're then saying I want more control, and then you use these smart tags.
Smart. Done. Well done. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Typically, how much do they put normally? Do you see between the sort of the intro tag and the read more type sort of tag?
I mean, there's no typical about it, but I would say
Okay.
probably generally speaking, you know, in your false area, you would do something like have a paragraph kind of with your copy
Yeah.
about this is why it's great. And then some people will put a version of a video in there that's say 30, 40-second
Yep.
clip of whatever the paid content is and some nice graphics saying, like an image or like a
Yeah.
button that says, gain access, full access or something underneath that video. So it looks nice. So, it'll be designed in such a way that people are used to like, oh, I have access to this content and I can watch some of this video. And the video is designed to whet their appetite. But then
Yeah.
if they're ready, there's a button right under the video where they can then sign up to get that full access.
Okay, brilliant.
And then inside the content itself, that's ultimately going to be whatever you have right now. It's just your content. So
okay, now this is mainly for a networking group, so it's for sort of supporting small business. And I'm just sick and tired because I'm in Zurich. I'm posting in English, but I'm getting the stuff copied and just translated by some lazy Muppets and presented in German as insight and special whatever. And I'm just thinking enough is enough.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not getting the stuff in the forum out in the visible world where I know, because we look after, it's the Zurich Networking Group, and we look after expats, and typically there's always the same questions. And, why do we have our rubbish in white bags and they cost 20 francs and all this sort of stuff, and that was in a forum, but nobody was accessing it. So I was then spending all my time just answering messages.
Right. Where you already had answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this is as soon as you start using these tags, you can start using that URL for Google Ads or whatever advertising you want to do. You can start sharing it on social media. And of course, you get the SEO benefits because the bots will be able to access that content. So there's a lot of benefits, strategic benefits to using these tags.
Oh, excellent. Is there another one as well, or other protected content tags that are quite useful as well?
Yes. Have you looked at the Member Decision SmartTag?
To be honest, Eric,
it's fine.
I will be honest. I've got them to sign up to look at certain things depending on a membership level. We've only got two membership levels, and my biggest problem is people want to still pay cash.
Well, at least they want to pay you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But if you're a networking group in a COVID time, it's exactly.
It's like a submarine with a screen door.
It is, with a big hole in the bottom.
So the Member Decision SmartTag is also very powerful. This allows you to tailor content on the page specifically to somebody who's looking at it. So for example, there's all different ways you can use this, because you can think about it as you can show or hide content based on information about the person who's viewing the page. So for ways this is useful is in cross promotion scenarios. So say somebody bought one of your products and you have another product that they may be interested in. You can use the Member Decision SmartTag to say, only show this promotion if this person hasn't bought this already. So the way that you do that, again, you can just, you can always read about the things. This is just documentation, but ultimately you just need the example and come over here, paste it, and you can just paste it inside of here. And, again, this is also, the Member Data SmartTag is also useful because it allows you to output information about the member on the screen if you want to address them by name or something like that. So that's the Member Data SmartTag.
Now that's useful because we've got obviously the bunch that are coming to Zurich, and we've got the old farts like me that are already here in Zurich.
Right.
And that's good. I was putting it in a forum, and then I started putting it on a sort of a guide. Then I started putting it on a PDF. I've got it on about 7 or 8 different things, and it just whereas if it's just on the website, it's just saying there's the URL, there's a page.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So in this situation, you'll notice up here I have a couple of options that I've included. You can have as many attributes in the tag as you want. So right now I have 2 attributes. In most cases, 1 attribute is going to be fine because you want to say, show this content if this person has this membership or if they don't have this membership. Show this content if they have this bundle or if they don't have this bundle. But you can do it based on the status of their account, based on how many days they've been a member, which is sometimes useful if you have time release content or some promotion that's, you want to offer 30 days after somebody's been a member, and automate that. You can do it based on custom fields. So if you're collecting custom data from people through our custom fields, you can show content to people based on what they've answered through those custom fields. So there's any number of ways you can do it, but essentially you just put the attributes you're interested in the start tag. So in this case, I want to do it based on bundles.
Yep.
So if I open up my MemberMouse backend and go to product settings and go to bundles, say that I want to promote this tier 3 product offering to people who haven't seen it. So I look here, it's an ID of 5. So I go back here and it just says has bundle, and then I just put the 5 in here, which is the ID of the bundle. So if they have bundle 5, then show a specific set of content. And if I want to do the opposite, so you just put the text in here again, you have access to this content, and you put whatever you want in there. And if I want to do it for people who don't have access and show them a promotion, I'll just copy this whole thing and paste it below. And the only change that I make is I put an exclamation point in front of the 5, which indicates if they don't have this bundle, then show this. And then I would say you don't have access to this content, and then you could take the product purchase link and copy it and paste it in there.
Okay.
So they can buy it.
Yeah.
And just so you can see this, how this is in action, if we go to the demo site and I make a purchase, this is demo.membermouse.com. If you ever want to check it out, I'll sign up. and I go to my dashboard. Now you'll notice I'm using Member Decision SmartTag to show this banner up here. Because I'm saying, oh, we notice you haven't purchased this course yet. And then there's the Learn More button. So I click here, it takes me to a page, and now I can buy it. So now that I bought it, if I go back to the dashboard, you'll notice that banner isn't there anymore. And that's how it's being done. And if I go to that special offer page that I was on before, this page is completely different too. It's now, instead of showing me how to buy the course, it's showing me, oh, you already have this course, here's the content. So both of those things are accomplished using that smart tag, that dynamic capability.
So if I've got a video-based course, obviously this fits in really well.
Yes. It fits in pretty much anything, because anytime that you're dealing with sales, it's always beneficial to have a more dynamic conversation with who you're talking to. So this allows you to do that. The member decision smart tags allow you to do that.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, because I've got LearnDash at the moment, but I've hardly used it because it needs to be loaded up with a load of stuff, and it's with somebody else as well, and we can never get the time together to get on with it. Whereas something with a video only is a lot simpler.
Yes. And it's good. There's always ways to make things more complicated. Which is a good thing, because when success comes, you'll have that option. Okay, I put the video out there, I made it so that people have to pay to get access. I made it dynamic so that I'm promoting it using Member Decision SmartTags when they don't have it. And as the course gains popularity and people are asking for things like, oh, can I do quizzes? Can I track progress and stuff like that? When you have a huge mass of people doing that, then you'll have the necessary built-in capital and interest in order to invest in something like a more complex learning management system like LearnDash or something else.
Yeah. Okay. Because on my side it would just be things like how to use the Zurich tram ticket machine, stuff like this. Which is not really of relevance to a lot of people, but to people that are coming here, yes, it is, and it's useful.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
have you listened to? I did a podcast with somebody who uses MemberMouse, who runs a business where he's also doing tourist-based stuff, and he shows people how to access different things when they're visiting Lanzarote, this
Okay.
island. And there may be some interesting things in there. It seems like you might be running a similar situation.
Not quite.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is still interesting. Okay. So that's Natalie Wolstein.
Yeah, Mike Cliff Jones.
Mike Cliff Jones, right.
Episode 160. So yeah, if you just go to MemberMouse and click podcast,
Yeah.
and then in the search just type in Mike Cliff, it'll come up in the search results.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to the podcast, just I would say search through it because there's a lot of great information in there. People, you know, both MemberMouse customers who I've talked to, how they're using particular features in MemberMouse, and you know, things that authors and other entrepreneurs who are just doing things in general.
Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to run it as a small business sort of focus, but at the same time dealing with those that are working corporate for events. And it started off as being a job club, trying to help expats find work back in sort of 2009, and it's morphed. It's just morphed into something that's a bit too dependent on me, but got some great help from people, and it's just trying to make it easy because the forum bombed. If I'm really truthful with you, the forum, everybody's saying, yeah, do this, do this, do this, and you build you build what is effectively a Rolls Royce, and everybody just wants a Mini.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know, sometimes you need to.
And I know that I'm not using MemberMouse to its full capability either.
But that's fine. That's fine. There would be no point in using MemberMouse to its full capability off the bat, because the thing is about MemberMouse is it's been designed over the years, especially in the early years, by working with high volume internet marketers. So a lot of the features baked into the software is addressing the specific needs of people with 10,000, 100,000 active members, which are very different needs than somebody who's just starting a business. So the nice thing is those things are there the day that you need them, and you know they need them. You don't need to go somewhere else or get something new. It's already there. But the thing is, if you try to use all of that stuff from day one, it's feel like drinking from a fire hose. So the fact that you got your site up and you have people signing up is a win. 50% of people don't even get there.
Well, I also have another interesting, because I looked at membership, Member Pro or something. I can't remember what it was. I looked at obviously MemberMouse, and I looked at a couple of others in terms of membership plugins, and I had historically tried S2 Member, but that was unsupported, and I know it's a bit different now, but back there was actually a hack that occurred. And it wasn't strong enough for different, and the whole project fell apart. So we then moved to an email list as a result of that, but then decided we needed a membership website in order to add on things like events and other things to be a bit more capable. And eventually found our way into your home, so to speak. But
good.
I've just seen this purely as a control mechanism for safe payment, which you guys do, which is brilliant, if I'm honest, and which is crucial. It's so important. And the other thing is in terms of just control of the pages and stuff, you just feel confident that it all works as expected.
Right.
And weirdly, the plugin seems very skinny.
Well, it's not weird. I mean, there's a
No,
lot
no,
of
no, no. I understand. If it's well designed,
yeah.
yeah, right. Because I have signed up for a directory plugin,
Mhm.
and I actually have to download 15 plugins
Yeah. Yeah.
to make it work. Whereas it's very good. And for Eric, for that, you've got to be congratulated.
Well, I accept that congratulation for myself and on behalf of my team because
Yeah,
I, you know, like one unique proposition we have as a company is our team is seasoned software engineers and architects, which is
yeah,
not likely usually what you find in WordPress plugins. There are a lot of, kind of web developer people and they do good work, but there's a much different approach that you take to a problem when you are architect and you've worked
hmm,
for large companies and built software that millions of things depend upon and are mission critical.
yeah,
So the fact that our software is skinny, but yet there's millions of lines of code that power it,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I haven't measured it. It may not be that many, but
No,
it's certainly hundreds of thousands and probably close to what I said.
yeah,
But it's um it's a testament to the way that it's engineered.
sure.
Um,
And
so
do you only do WordPress, or do you do sort of other custom jobs as well?
it's a WordPress plugin. So currently
Okay,
you have to use it with WordPress, but for us that works because WordPress powers, 45, 65% of web. I forget what the stat is, but
okay,
it's something very prevalent, which
yeah,
makes it good for us to be able to specialize in this area, put all our attention and focus on it. And there are things in the works where we have plans to make it possible
hmm,
to build other things using MemberMouse, such as iPhone apps, Ruby on Rails apps, other things like that, using the engine of MemberMouse, which is still going to be running on WordPress, but because of the way that we're going to do it, it's going to
yeah.
empower developers to build other things and leverage what we have in different ways. But that's coming later.
Okay, brilliant. No, that's great. Well, I'm conscious, obviously, that I've taken up your time. I am really appreciative. Thank you very much for showing me.
Of course,
And um, I'll leave you to have something more fun to do.
yeah, my pleasure, Andrew. And
All right, cheers then. Take care.
okay,
Bye.
thanks, Andrew. Bye. All right, so thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate you taking the time, and hope you all have a good weekend. And we will see you next time. All right, bye.